Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to the complete recovery of Masha Bas Batsheva. You know, in life, we like to categorize our experiences as either negative or positive. We like that simplicity of good or bad. This was good or this wasn't good. Now, life is obviously not that simple and is usually not so clear-cut. The positive and the negative many times overlap. What seemed to be a huge negative could turn into an extreme positive. In this week's Torah portions, we have this idea. I say Torah portions because we have a double header, Tazria and Metzora. In this week's Torah portions, we discuss somebody who was struck by this disease called Tzarat. Tzarat is oftentimes translated as leprosy, but really it was a physical manifestation of a spiritual disease. And it could show up on the skin, but it showed up on the clothing, or could even show up on the walls of the house. And when that happened, the clothing had to be destroyed, or the walls of the home had to be destroyed. Wherever the disease was. And where did this disease come from? The Torah tells us that this was for somebody who continuously was speaking negatively about other people, using their words to separate people, to sow disunity. And their punishment was, if it showed up on the skin, they had to be isolated from other people, just as they seeked to isolate people and, bring people apart. But Rashi, who's the foremost commentary on the Torah, gives a second explanation that seemed to be the total opposite. He says that the nation of Amori, the Amorites of the Amorim, while the Jews were in the desert, they hid all their gold and silver in the walls of their home. And when the Jews came into the land of Israel, when there was this tzarat was on the walls and the walls had to be destroyed, they would discover this treasure. It was like a positive thing. And it seems like, wait, what's going on here? Is this a negative disease or is this a positive disease? What is Rashi saying? And what Rashi is saying is that both things are true. The power of our words, there is very little in this world that is as powerful as words. They can destroy somebody or they can build somebody up. And the Torah is teaching us about that power. Yes, they could be truly negative, our words, and you can have this disease on the home. And this impurity has to be removed from the home. But that's only step one. That's not the end game. The end game is not to just do not speak negatively. The end game is to realize the power of our words and how much positivity we can spread with our words. The treasure that words hold. That's the end game. Is not just do not speak negatively, but speak positively. There's a famous British politician famously once said, I think her name was Pearl Hurd, handle them with care, for words are more powerful than atom bombs. Shabbat shalom.